guys, hope you're all doing well. So it is a lazy, oh, my glasses are dirty. It is a lazy Sunday, and I was shocked. My Beauty Bay haul got dropped off today on a Sunday. Thanks, FedEx. Okay. So I ordered from Beauty Bay. I ordered, I think, like 7 new palettes. All by Beauty Bay except one. One's Be Perfect. And I figured it'd be fun to unbox it, just straight unbox it together. I have a little bit of strawberry sparkling wine. I hope you guys have a drink. Hope you have a drink. Water, juice, whatever. Let's do this. I love these type of videos. I love these type of hauls where we're sitting down just chit-chatting and sharing. And I've always loved this type of content, making this type of content where like fresh from the store. Just got it. Let me show you what I got. I do appreciate the other types of hauls where I've used things a few times and kind of give you an initial opinion on them. But honestly, I like to keep my hauls, and my reviews a little bit separate. I enjoy that. Let me know if you like that, because yeah, I like to see what people buy. And so and I think you guys like to see what I buy. So Beauty Bay. Beauty Bay is one of those brands that I hope, I mean, I think I don't think they're necessarily fully mainstream, but like the people who know, the girls who get it, the people who know about Beauty Bay is really big in the UK. It is a UK brand. And they make very affordable, beautifully pigmented, wonderfully curated palettes, eyeshadow palettes. They make a lot of other products too. They have a lot of makeup, but like I order for, they have a app, they have a website where they sell various other brands, but Beauty Bay obviously is their in-house brand. And their palettes are wonderful. Some of the best pigment in my collection. I probably have all of the Beauty Bay palettes. I think I do. And they're just lovely, and they're inexpensive. I think the most expensive Beauty Bay palette is like $30 or $35, but these are huge palettes. Most of them coming where there's like 42 shades in there. So they can be overwhelming if you're not a big palette person, but if you want a lot of color, you want a lot of a theme, yeah. So let's just open up all of these. Well, obviously they're new to me. And Beauty Bay releases palettes, maybe a couple a quarter, I would say. And so let's get into it. So, I lied. I have 2 palettes that aren't from Beauty Bay. I have one from Be Perfect, which is another wonderful brand that makes really, I think it's a UK brand as well, and it makes really pigmented palettes. And Sample Beauty as well. Pulling them out of the box. So exciting. Okay. So we have our box where we'll put our trash. Alrighty. So let's get into I guess we'll do, I don't even know. I guess we'll do the Beauty Bay first. So Beauty Bay released a while ago. They released 3 palettes. It was the berries. It's like all pinks and reds. The midnight, and then like the earthly palette with the greens. The midnight had like blues and purples. Anyway, wonderful palettes. They released the Earth one and the midnight one in a 42 pan palette, and then like miniature size palettes. I think like a 16 and then like a 9. The berries, they didn't release a 42 of the berries. They released the 16, the smaller one, and then they did not release a big berries, because I would have bought it. Guess what? They released the big berries. So we have the 42. And one thing about Beauty Bay, they offer free shipping, international shipping, over like, I think it's like $75 or something like that. So they offer it. However, with Beauty Bay, because it's international, so it's going to take a little bit longer to get here. I will wait until there's like a lot of things that I want to get at one time. So yeah, this came out a while ago. It came out a while ago, but I finally have it. Pinks and purples. So let me pull the plastic out. probably need to back up. So this is the Berries palette. Really, really simple packaging on their palettes for the most part. Some have nice artwork, and we'll get to that. But most of them have like the simple packaging, and I don't know, but it still works. It doesn't look cheap. So this is the Berries palette. And let's get into the colors here. And we're talking about, if you need pink, this would have been wonderful for Valentine's Day. Pinks and purples here, more pink than purple. You're not really getting a lot of purple even down below. These are leaning towards burgundies, fuchsias. You got, this is a purple and then this is a purple. But this, I would call that a burgundy. You don't get much true purple. This is definitely a pink and red brick burgundy palette. All of their shadows are square pans, and the Beauty Bay B is embossed on all of them. This is a mixture of mattes, metallics, satins, shimmers here. We can do a couple swatches. Also, Beauty Bay makes one of the best red eyeshadows. It's in one of their warm palettes. They make one of the best red eyeshadows I have. I barely touch my hand with those swatches. Look at that. Exciting, 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 exciting. We love new eyeshadow palettes. I will tell you, some of these were on sale. So Beauty Bay was having a sale, like 40% off some palettes. My whole total with all 7 of these palettes was about $112, 100 and something like that dollars. Maybe a little bit more, maybe like $125 to $30. And so, kind of explain what we got going on. Okay, so that's the biggest palette we have. All the other ones I have are about the same size. Okay, I lied. I got 3 palettes now from Beauty Bay. I'm tripping. I thought they were all Beauty Bay. I'm tripping. Can't remember. All right, so then let's get into these. So this is the new Mood palette. All of these are going to be 20 color palettes. These next 3 are 20 colors. That was 42. These are 20. And I think that's what the Berries is. The original Berries came in 20, not 16. So this is the new Mood. So this has a little special design on the packaging. Let's open this up. Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty vibe. New Mood. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This, doesn't have the bees imprinted. One thing I like about Beauty Bay, and I love talking about makeup. That's why I said get a snack, because I love talking about makeup. One thing I like about Beauty Bay that you don't see quite often in brands. I will say you probably don't see it often because a lot of brands that make big palettes do not put them out as often as Beauty Bay does. So you're talking like, I can think like the Norvina palettes. That's probably one of the biggest palettes you can get from like a higher end brand. And they have themes to them. But like as far as brands pumping out palettes, like I said, they put out a few big palettes like every quarter. So they have more variety, you know, more instances where they can do this. But one thing I like about Beauty Bay is their palette situation. If you have something, if these are like a theme, berries, so you kind of know what to expect. Midnight, you kind of know what to expect in color theme. But outside of that, they will choose colors, and I don't know if it's just like what they like, but like it's not expected, and it's not, you know, always just a gradient of shades, where it's like, okay, it's clearly where you look at this palette, you can start with this quad, you can like it's obvious on where to begin, or it's obvious as to what you can do with it. I really like that Beauty Bay's layout sometimes can challenge you. So like this layout, while it's not super, I wouldn't say it's the most intimidating thing ever, you got these neutrals that start here. These neutrals that start here, you got plums and blues, this green, this yellow, like nothing is really showing you where to begin. It's leaving it up to you. It's leaving it up to you to be like, do what you want. You know, your lightest shade is not sitting right here. I mean, this is a light one, but your lightest shade is not sitting right here. You know, it's not, your black is not sitting down here. It's right in the middle of the palette. So it almost kind of tricks your eyes, because most people will like, you know, you want depth in your eyes. You know, you're looking at an eyeshadow palette, you want depth. You might go to the right, like these are the deeper shades, or you go to the front of the palette, or the leftmost area of the palette for your lighter shades, and then your midtones are usually right in the middle. So and then the colors kind of all complement each other, or they look really, really similar, like in a big 35 pan Morphe palette. You know, and so you kind of like, it's more forgiving, where it's like, oh, these two shades are so similar, but like here, these are all different, distinctly different shades, and they're not like at first glance in some sort of pattern, some sort of rhyme or reason to how they're in here. And what does this have to do with new mood? What does that even mean? I love that. I love that. I might be rambling, but I love that, and it makes it all the more fun to use these palettes. They don't have the bees on this palette, but like this lime green, this matte pink, the pigment's there. The pigment is going to be there. But it's just like, what does this even mean? What kind of theme is this? What is this? And I love that. I know it can be intimidating. So like, I would recommend these for someone just getting into makeup in terms of quality, in terms of price for quality. I think that palette, the New Mood palette, is 18 bucks. This is less than $20 for the pigment, the variety, you know, the quality. However, you know, I would recommend you spend your money because you're going to get a lot for your money, but this is also not very intuitive. So it's one of those things where it's like, you might not know where to begin with this, you know. So do we recommend it? If you're a creative type and you want to just go for it, go for it. But if you're someone that needs a little bit more structure in your eyeshadow palettes, you need a little bit more direction, a little bit more visually understand, these are my midtones, these are my light shades, these are my deeper shades, most Beauty Bay palettes are not where you want to go. Just want to say that. All right, the next one, we have Retro Love. It's like their 60s themed palette. Looking at the pictures, when I went through this one, I think this has some pastels in it, which would make sense. Retro Love 60s. But again, it's Beauty Bay, so it's Beauty Bay. Oh, they're so pretty. Beauty Bay, Be Perfect, and Sample Beauty, all three brands that I buy from the Beauty Bay website, have their own shelf on my palette shelf. But I think I'm gonna have to separate the brands, and Beauty Bay is just gonna have to have her own shelf by itself. Quite exciting. People have let me know if you want a video on my favorite Beauty Bay palettes. They're not gonna be ranked by quality because they're all the same. They're gonna be ranked by preference and what I like. Let me know if you want that. I'll probably do it anyway, even if you say you don't want it. So always gotta have ice water as well. Okay, this is Retro Love. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. See, look at this. It's beautiful. It's not super pastel. It's beautiful. Does it make sense? Does it make intuitive sense? No. This one's a little bit better. You have your lightest shade here, but no, because you have your depth. Bam, right there. It's very pretty. These tones do give me like 60s, you know, a little bit more retro vibes, almost even some 90s in there. But they're not super pastel for me. I mean, these are pastel. They're just super pigmented. It's like these. Like, I'd wear these. Most pastels can be, you know, most brands that do pastels, not just do them pastel. Like, you can do a pastel color, but not have it chalky and ashy. And a lot of companies that put out these pastel palettes, they're not brown girl friendly pastel palettes. But with Beauty Bay, we can do something with that. We're so excited here. Hope you guys are. Let me take a sip. I'm just so happy. I love talking about makeup and just turning the camera on. Oh my goodness. I'm all over the place. Okay, the last Beauty Bay palette we have here is Dark Fantasy. Dark Fantasy. That's a pretty box. And what I do with this box, I'm going to put all the boxes, keep the boxes in it, and literally take this box back up and put it out in the recycling. Have a big bin where all the cardboard and plastic goes. Put it right there. Dark Fantasy. I don't even want to open it. I don't even want to open it. You want a dark look? And I don't mean just smoky. You want a dark you wanna, you want some, here's dark fantasy. Look at how, again, it's not intuitive. At least you got your, where do I begin? You have to actually think, what do I want my crease shade to be? Excuse me, what do I want my transition to be? You have to think about it. It's not very intuitive. Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous. It's so unique in this combination of shades. It's like, it's so wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Look at this packaging. Let's look at the front of this. I like this. And then if you go back here, it's like this, I don't know. It's reminding me of the Matrix. That's what it reminds me of, like one of the loading. That's dark fantasy. This looks really shiny. This shade called Code. And they have some like flaky ones in here. Not flaky and bad, like pressed pigment flake type. This looks like 2 of those. And when I tell you the shine on them is ridiculous. Look. Ridiculous. Friends. So some more hauls you can look forward to. Some more chit-chatting you can look forward to. I am waiting on the Shop Miss A order, and I think a lot of people right now are waiting on Shop Miss A order, Shop Miss A order on Valentine's Day. You're seeing this video in March. As of February 27th, I have not received it. And that's 2 weeks. Like, I don't want to say not received it. It hasn't even shipped. It hasn't shipped. So that's something where it's like, okay. But they said they're having delays with their warehouse. Whatever. I'm patient. But I have a Shop Miss A order coming. I have things I've been using that I've been enjoying. Yeah. So just some future content happening. But definitely want to do a ranking my Beauty Bay palettes video. That's going to happen. All right. Now we're going into, I have 2 palettes from Sample Beauty. I have never heard of Sample Beauty before Beauty Bay. Sample Beauty was one of the brands actually you guys told me to check out. And I did when I was talking about Beauty Bay palettes and other brands that have pigmented shades and great palettes for reasonable prices. And you guys suggested Sample Beauty. And I did a video, a while, a huge haul where I bought like a lot of palettes from Sample Beauty off of Beauty Bay and they were on sale. So I have 2 that I did not have before. This first one, and most of their palettes have this just like classic black cover with the just name of the palette in a different color. They cardboard, like all of Beauty Bay. All of Beauty Bay is, you know, durable cardboard style, as well as the Be Perfect palettes. But anyway, just wanted to say that. All right, and this is the Blooming Lovely. There's a little thing on the back. Let's see. From Bud to Bloom, the Blooming Lovely palette is about trusting the process. The 28 shades will help you blossom from neutral daytime looks to statement evening eyes. This is so interesting because yesterday I went, you guys know my best friend Jessica, she's been in a video or 2 here or there. I went down and did a little mini class with her mom and her aunt. They wanted like a little tutorial class. Like they put their makeup on, but I just told them what to do, how to take it from day to night. They were intimidated for putting on makeup and we had a great time. And it was just so funny because yet all day I was like, it might look, I was teaching them how to color correct. I was like, you're gonna look weird. Trust the process. Doing makeup is about trusting the process. You're gonna look rough until you don't. You are. And then we did a neutral daytime look and then did a statement evening look. So that's just really funny. It reminded me of that. So let's open this up. The Blooming Lovely. This is so funny. This palette has no rhyme or reason. None. This has no, you thought the other ones had nothing. It's beautiful. There's a lot of matte in here. There's mostly matte. I only see here 1, 2, 3, 4 non-matte. No, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-matte shades. Everything else is matte. Let's swatch a little bit of the mattes here. This one's beautiful. Look at that shade. Okay. I love it. When would I pull that palette out? It's one of those, it would just be when I want to use it. It can't be, you know, I'm thinking of a, you know, I want to do a smoky green look. Like, it's not cohesive. So it's not something that's like, you can look at this and figure out like generate a look that you would normally do where you can incorporate this palette. You have to be creative and you have to think about it. But there's colors. You want to use some colors? You want bright colors? This is a colorful palette to have. And I know they're great quality, and so random. And I love that. I love that. As someone with a lot of makeup, I have a lot of makeup, I have a lot of products, and I enjoy trying the new things. I enjoy trying the simple things. I really like for example, I like something simple, like I'm just looking at these little duos from Makeup Revolution. You know, this is simple. $3. It's simple. I love things like this. It's very easy. You can't mess it up. This is your blush. This is your highlight. Something like that. Really nice. I have these little quads that I'm playing with from, we love a quad. Right now I'm obsessed. I have these little quads from Hard Candy. It's only 4 shades. You know, for me, you know, you got a light shade, you got a deep shade, you got a metallic shade. Kind of intuitive of to where what goes where. It's kind of like, all right, you can figure that out. But I also love, like, I love that and I appreciate that. But there's a special appreciation that I have for something that challenges me, for something that makes me think outside the box, that makes me use my creative juices. And I'm not trying to brag. I am not trying to, you know, throw no shade, but I've been doing this. I've been in the game for a while. I can do my makeup. I can do it. I can use a quad like this and put a look together with my eyes closed. There's not a lot of option here. There's not a lot of variety in where you're putting what. You're not going to get such vast different looks each time you use that little quad. I can do it with my eyes closed, no pun intended, on the eyeshadow. But something like this, honey, I am sitting, I am thinking, and I am, where we gonna go? And that is fun for me. I enjoy that part of my makeup. You know, I enjoy sitting here and making the choices and making those deliberate decisions on what I'm going to do and how is that going to affect the final look. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. This is more than just a passion. It is a part of me. Okay. All right. Then the last sample beauty palette we have is called the Painter's Palette. That screams color. This is by Beth Painter. I guess this is a collab with Beth Painter. Let's read it. There's a quote from her on the back. Thomas Merton once said, "Art enables us to find ourselves and lose ourselves at the same time. I designed this palette for you to feel just that." This quote is printed on the mirror inside of the palette to remind you of the message every time you open it and start painting this. This palette fuels my creativity, and I hope it does the same for you. I just said this. What a day. I just said this. I just was talking about this. So this is the Painter's Palette. Okay? And I think almost every one of these except maybe this one or maybe the one I'm going to show you next was on sale. You know, they had like a little sale promo deal on certain palettes and stuff. So that's why I grabbed them. I gotta get it out of the sleeve. But we're already hearing art, words like creativity, the Painter's Palette. What do we think it looks like? I mean, I know what it looks like because I saw it on the website when I was ordering things, but I can't remember right now which one this was. This is a 30 shade palette. The Blooming Lovely, I know y'all like, get to it, girl. The Blooming Lovely was 28 shades, by the way. This, okay. Okay. Let's look at this palette. If you're into indie makeup, any of my indie brand friends, what brand does this palette remind you of? Blend Bunny. Is this giving a Blend Bunny palette? Either this the Blends or the Surge palette. This is also mostly matte. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 non-mattes here. This is a straight pigment. It has some Roy G. Biv in there. This is a straight pigment palette. I love these bottom 3 warm browns here. The variety in that. I know all this color and I like the brown. I like the depth that we have going on here. And it's all matte. It's all matte. Mostly matte. we have 1, 2, like I said, 3 non-mattes to spice up the look, to throw on the lid. This one is not, I think, is not as, you know, hard. It's not intuitive, but it's not as hard to figure out something to do. You got the rainbow in here. You do have some depth at the bottom. You can stay here and do a neutral brown real quick. So it's a little bit better. You got all greens here. It's a little bit better, but it's still not boring. It's not boring. This is your painter's palette. So these palettes, yeah. All right. So the last palette we have is the Be Perfect palette, and it's the Carnival All Stars. So what this palette, what I thought it was, yeah, this palette, I got this palette, it was on sale, and okay. So Be Perfect collabs with this woman named Stacey Marie. Still no idea who she is. But I think she's a makeup artist. And she has this Carnival line. I have all the 3 Carnival palettes she put out. There's like they're over there. And these beautiful themed palettes in the Carnival. This is Carnival All Stars. So this palette, it says here, featuring 24 of the most iconic shades from the Be Perfect and Stacey Marie Carnival collection. Stacey Marie has specially created this palette for Carnival junkies on the go. And this is an 18-pan palette. And I will say, like, I already own these shades in the other palettes. I got it just because. But the other palettes are huge. They're huge palettes. Here, let me get one. We family, hold on. Let me get one. Get them all. Yeah, so these are the Carnival palettes. I don't have 2. I don't know. So here's one. It's a bit bigger. This is look at this. This is the Antidote. I don't know 1, 2, and 3. I don't think I have all of them, because this is called the Antidote. This is beautiful. Then we have Carnival 3, Love Tahiti. I don't think I have Carnival 1 and 2. So like this is a huge one here. And then this is Carnival XL Pro here. So they're giant. They're big palettes. And then this is an 18. This is like all of them. And I'm going to see if the names are the same. I really hope they kept the names the same. That's what they should do. Okay. Okay, this one's in a sleeve, in bubble wrap, and now wrapped in plastic. And I'm just going to glance at some shades and see if things match up. Oh my God. There's... Alright, really pretty. Oh my God, it's so cute. It's so cute. It's, yeah, definitely a compact version of what you get. I got a lot of color. I got a lot of color in these palettes, you guys. So yeah, it's just some of the top shades here. Definitely focusing on colors. There's no neutrals in here. Let me see if I can find something that matches without taking too long. Okay, so from the XL, the Carnival XL, this one, we have Ecstasy here. It just stood out to me, and that is in here. Okay. And yeah, I believe them when they say they're all in here, but I just want to see if I can... Funky, that pink is in there. Just see if I can see some. Lit. Yep, I see Lit. Tropics. I see Tropics. Forest. I see Forest. Yep. Blackberry. I see that. Okay, we're doing something. Blaze. Okay. Where is Starlight? Oh, I see Starlight. So yeah, they're. So this is a combo of the 3. Some of all of her Carnival palettes. I don't think I own all of the Carnival ones, but if you want to just travel with this one, yeah. So I am quite excited. I have new palettes here, and they're pretty colorful, pretty unique. The berries is the only one that's kind of more cohesive and has a theme to the palette, and that's okay. And I actually have this, like I said, I have the smaller berries, and I just got the 42 for collection purposes. I'm definitely going to use it because there's far more shades in there, but I've had experience with the berries palette before. So yeah, but yeah, we unboxed these palettes. How do you guys feel about what we have here? I'm quite excited to play. They're going to be sitting on my vanity for a long time because going through them, and they're so unique, and they have beautiful colors in them where like I could be using something else and reach for one of these to grab a shade or two out of. And so like I'm going to do complete looks with the palettes, but also like they're definitely great for when you're looking for that random shade. So yeah. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. Love you all. Talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.